Hi everyone, it's Ray from RayLifeCoaching.com. I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening in the next 6 months. I am starting some workshops, and so as of October 8th into November, I think it's 5th, Sunday, from 1:30 to 3:30, I will be holding in-person workshops at Middle River Yoga Studio in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. But I will also be offering some website online workshops that you can attend, and those will be starting later October into November as well. So keep your eyes open, and if you want more news about that, just look in the description below and there will be a link for you to sign up to get more information once it comes out. So I was talking to a friend. So this is about how helpful these toolkit and also the next workshops that I will be holding in January, which is MOJO Magic, are for people like us people pleasers, us people who, care for others so much. We are there for them, maybe not so much there for ourselves. So I was talking to a friend last night, and she was talking about a few things. One was, doing things for others and saying yes to something that ended up being not what she wanted to be doing. And, I had said to her, I do this. This is where sometimes I don't give myself the space and time to question someone else's request. So someone requesting or saying, hey, I need help. Can you help me with this? And I may go, yes, right away, and be really proud. I can be there for them. And I'm a good friend, or I'm a good whatever, And instead, what I really need to do for myself is take the time, ask the questions. Hey, what does that entail? What do you think? What do you expect out of that? What is that? How is that connected to whatever, all the questions that need to be asked. And then giving a really solid answer. We were talking about how questions, when you request something for someone or ask something from someone, or wanting help or whatever, can I help you, it's a question, right? So it requires an answer. A lot of the time we ask questions and we're not actually wanting the answer that the person, we're not opening the door to consent. And this is part of the work that I do. Confidence, the confidence toolkit that I provide online digitally for free, and the workshops that are coming up October 8th, November 5th, are inner work to help you assess how and create the tools, use the tools that you can use in any circumstance in making a decision and really standing up for yourself, doing the things that you really want to do, getting yourself to be brave and have a reason, like a real clear reason why, not just why, but like, what do you absolutely want to see? And if you don't see that, what will you do? Like really standing up for yourself and knowing that ahead of time, doing that work ahead of time, so that when you get that MOJO magic, you can really be there for yourself in a real way. Because when you have that excitement for life, you're giving it all over the place. And the problem is that you may not have the tools, the confidence tools, to really stand up for yourself and know yourself well enough to hold consent for others and yourself, to set the boundaries, to have the hard conversations, and to recognize codependency in yourself and others and how to act and behave differently. And that's what MOJO Magic is all about. So MOJO Magic is about action outside of you. And the Confidence Toolkit is about the tools first, the internal work that needs to be done, and the tools that you can use before you start going out there, but also while you're out there, because you know yourself well enough, you're strong enough, and you trust yourself. So that's the first work, which starts in October 7th. So if you want to get on the bandwagon for that, sign up by, October 8th is when it starts. Sign up by October 7th and get a crazy deal. I know it's an early bird special, but you can also, if you register for January's workshops, which is 4 workshops, and they're all about what I just told you, which is codependency no more, and consent and boundaries, and having hard conversations, putting it all together and noticing your power and standing in your glory, right? The MOJO energy. And how do you do that? How do you express that? What does that look like? And what is that for you? Okay, so if you register for both, you get crazy deals. Like, I think it's like $300 off. So check it out, October 7th, raylifecoaching.com/workshops. You'll see it in the description as well. But my friend was talking about all of those things. You know, she was having this conversation, someone asking a question, and she gets into this, says yes, and does it really quickly, and then realizes, oh, no, and feels this enmeshment, you know. And she was talking to me about it and was like, well, do some work before, you know, and maybe have some tools that can stop you each time someone asks you a question, especially with those people that you are so attached to, and you know there's a habit with, there's that feeling that you tend to get with them, where you roll right into this mess, you know, of enabling or codependent behavior. And so that's what you'll get with codependency and the MOJO. It's like they work together. And then she was talking about, you know, getting relationships and what is a relationship, and these words we use, whether it be like, oh, I want to go for a walk, and realizing that not everybody walks, you know, goes for walks the same way or has a relationship. What does a relationship mean to you? And because she kept on saying, I'm not ready for a relationship yet. And I was like, what does that mean? You know, like for you, because you're saying it so like freely, as if I understand what you mean, or that anybody's going to understand. And that may be the problem, in that being very clear to yourself as to what your words mean, especially if you're saying I don't want or I want, you're being very specific in the no and yes, but you're not being specific on what those things really mean. And so really delineating, okay, what does having a relationship mean? What would that look like? And if it came to you, you know, you'd be like, oh no, I don't want to get that close, or I don't, you know, whatever. Because she's saying, I also want to be, you know, I want to have sexual relationships with people, but I don't want a relationship. And I was like, whoa, very confusing, you know, like, okay, you know, but that's okay. But, and then what is just having a sexual relationship? You know, that's very polarizing words too. Relationships and sexual are, you know, we are so assumptive because we're not willing to talk about the taboo stuff of, you know, love sometimes, or money, or religion, or, you know, those big topics. So getting really specific on those is so important, but start with the small things, like someone asking you for a walk, being like, oh, well, I know normally we go for walks and it looks like this. You know, maybe I'm not really keen on having X, Y, and Z. Can we do it without that? Or can we, you know, being really specific. I have people in my life who I go for walks with, and sometimes it's like, oh, they think it's an exercise situation. Well, I'm thinking it's let's share our, you know, life with each other while we walk casually, you know? And so they're speeding ahead as if they're, you know, exercising, and I'm like, you know, it's like, you know, asking out loud the details of what's happening, and not assuming so much. So that's the lesson for today, is about not assuming, and thinking about your words more literally and more specifically is so important. But also, if you resonate with any of this, please check out my website at raylifecoaching.com, and feel free to contact me. There's a contact form on, I think it's About Me, or About page, and I'll see you around. Have a great day.